Hey there, kiddos. So, description says 8:23. Uh, that's when the server reset with this new optional pack to be able to rip open and get some pretty solid stuff. I highlighted it when it came out, and that was um, it's 12 hours ago. So I'm in the future. I'm in 8:24 right now, August 24th. Um, I didn't grind this game all day today. Uh, Played some baseball. Um, Probably as far as like actual gameplay stuff, I probably played more baseball than I did hockey. Um, but in fairness, those were the only two games that I played today. And you know, took care of some other stuff. And as I said in a previous broadcast, one of the two that I've done so far today on Saturday the 24th, since I'm still up, I pointed out that I should have been in bed and fast asleep at least 4.5 hours ago. But I'm not, and I'm putting out more content on a fake channel that nobody ever watches. In case you don't have the luxury of 8 draft collectibles, or um, depending upon when you buy them, say 320,000 or so coins to be able to buy those collectibles. There is a new offline versus CPU event in which if you play and win, you get two untradeable ones guaranteed, and you can get a third in a mini free agency pack. But the thing is, if you look at my broadcasts that I've done today, last 24 hours, over the course of the last week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, whatever, um, you just can't really look to expect to to rip open 5 mini free agency packs, whether they're untradeable or tradable, and nab that draft collectible. It's absurd to try to think that you could actually get a draft collectible in 5 straight minis. It's a 20% odds, really. So in 5 of those, you should really temper your expect one draft collectible, and mostly bronze, maybe an occasional gold tossed in there just to make it look nice. um, or you can be me, and you can rip 5 straight draft collectibles in the mini free agency packs, making me wonder what I was messing around with the extremes for in the first place. Although, to be fair, uh, I might have bought one of those with coins. Have not spent points in months, maybe not even in this calendar year. Um, Definitely did early in the game. I went a little crazy with the Evo stuff. I maxed all the Evo out for Evo 1 and Evo 2, I believe. So you know, I've wasted. But for this calendar year, I don't recall. Maybe very early on, but certainly not for a while. And even early on, if I had done it, I think it would have been relatively small amounts. That being said, no points spent. I think I might have dropped 80,000 coins. Probably a thing like this, like 4 o'clock in the morning, but after like a marathon, or at the end of like a marathon broadcasting of live stream where I was doing some gameplay and stuff like that, and not really thinking straight, and probably having not got sleep even the day before, and possibly with some less than sobriety going on at some point in there as well. So just basically poor choices, poor late night choices is what I'm saying. I think I might have spent 80k coins on one extreme free agency pack, maybe, and that would be it. Pretty sure I've not spent on any of the rest of them. So most of the extreme free agency packs that I've had 3 of them. I've maxed out now on the ones that you get that are untradeable from the August monthly awards, and I don't even really recall uh, if they did the same thing in July or not. I simply could check my own channel that you would be on right now watching this whenever I'm done broadcasting, um, to to see if that was an option in July, because for some reason I kind of feel like it was. It would make sense that it would have been, um, because otherwise I don't know where all these kind of draft collectibles have been coming from. I've managed to upgrade Makita, Modano, Sakic, Messier twice. Apparently his first 99 wasn't good enough. I had to do it again. And I've talked about why I can't do Ferraro because I didn't do it in July, so I don't have the appropriate one for August. I don't have the Nations of Hockey Newendike. I just have the standard 90. Although I did just look at his 99, and I was a little bit disappointed to say the least. Um, and then I don't have the other cards either. The Stasny never had Ronick, and I'm not sure what else is missing. I never had Bobby Clark either. But I just looked at Bobby Clark, and I don't recall him being that slow. His 99 overall, like none of the skate stats are close to max. I mean, they're close enough. They're 95 plus for the most part, but I mean, at this point in the game, you're basically just, if you got a choice, why are you just not choosing the card that's a pure 99, essentially 99s across the board, or maybe a couple less than 99 in spots that you can be willing to give up a few points on, right? That's my thoughts at least. Um, and so yeah, now with this particular pack, that in my opinion has a minimum of 4 of these 8 cards are super top shelf, premium, pure liquor, obviously vodka, clearly. Um, but and like the good stuff, maybe from potatoes, not really the point, but solid Russian vodka is what we're talking about here. Uh, there's definitely 4 of the 8 that I feel like are weirdly the other 4, um, you know, probably would have been considered some of the best cards in the game, like even just a month ago. But there's so much great stuff out there. I was hoping, uh, wrongly so far, I was hoping that with all of that solid content out there and so few people seemingly active and still playing at the moment, that would mean that those kind of at best second tier or like 2.5, maybe third tier would be a stretch, like Panarin, for example, who can't max out his shot because his base card didn't have the appropriate amounts, and they did not opt to boof it up for this 99 special. He's already got a different. Well, he's got like 4 different 99s, and none of them are pure 99s, unfortunately for him. Um, his other free agency 99 comes with better synergies though, because it was an original release, I guess, in MSP. So the top 2 synergies of his 5, which I believe are Burner and Call the Shot, or Bruiser. I don't remember. I think it's Burner and Call the Shot. Um, Although Call the Shot wouldn't make a ton of sense as to why you'd give a +5, considering you only need 4 for that to be activated. But either way, the top 2 synergies for him on the other free agency card give you a +5. So when you look at the card in this pack for him, it's essentially the same card, the same stats, just with 3 and 3, so technically 6 points less synergies, and different types of synergies. This pack also includes, in my opinion, the best goaltender as far as stats are concerned in the game. I'll go ahead and show that to you when I open it up, I guess. I'm kind of hoping for like something, a little bit of an animation when I open this, but there probably isn't going to be one, unfortunately. And I am fairly certain I know who I'm going to go ahead and choose. So I did mention the Tendy, Vasilevsky, and Panarin as being 2 of the 4 that I feel like are on the bottom shelf here. The other 2 are just, not cutting the mustard, unfortunately for them. Let's go ahead and open up the pack. You mean animation? Animation, sweet. Oh, and then they're going to do this. So in case you didn't know, you get to pull one at a time. Should we do... No, don't do toggle synergies, because then you get to not see all those sweet 99s. So obviously, I consider Malkin to be one of the 4 on the top shelf. Panarin, I do not. You know, as you see there, it's 98 shot. I already talked about this, but it's you know, with synergies they become 99. It feels like it's not as good. Obviously his handles are going to be pure 99s. The skating is also not technically pure 99 just because balance is a little bit down. That does get up to 99 with the synergy as well. And then you're just left with the endurance. There's plenty of cards that have endurance, like Messier. Messier's might even be as low as 89, but there's plenty that are like 91s, where the rest of the card is either a pure 99 or very close to it. So you just have to sometimes give up a few points on the endurance. Handles are 99 though, and then checking and defense are going to be low again because, as I think I said in the last broadcast, he's a road runner. So the synergies here are for the boys: passing playmaker, or whatever the PP, passing something, defensive warrior, breakout master, and fine shooting. So just the fine shooting alone would bring his shots up to 99 if it was activated, and it only needs 4 to activate, so it shouldn't be that difficult to do. But yeah, 5'11", 168. He's not really looking to get on the body here. He does shoot right-handed. For me personally, at this exact moment, I am looking for a few more right-handed shots to just kind of round out the squad in the fashion in which I prefer to play. But you look at those check and defense underlying stats, not that great. Offensive awareness is max at 99. Defensive awareness not bad at all at 97. The rest of it's not so good. Stick checking 96, poise and discipline 93, and the rest are just kind of meh. So that combined with the fact that you're giving up 6 points of synergy that you might want from his other free agency card that's already not out, not the Russian one, but the Rangers one. It seems logical why no one, literally not a single person, has this card up for sale on the marketplace. It's something to consider too with this pack, is that these cards are tradable. You don't see this crossed out sign for untradeable on these. And that's because you can trade them. Coochie, just like the day before or 2 days before, dropped the day before, I think it was. They dropped 3 Lightning 99 overall plays of the year, perfect cards. Coochie got one, Stamkos got one, and that other dude that nobody cares about got one. Here's his stats, man. It's just boss. It's not technically a pure 99, but it basically is. For 5'11", 178. Again, not the biggest guy around. You can see the checking going down a little bit, but he makes up for it by being able to come back on defense with that speed, and is a left-handed shot. His synergies are bruiser, speedster, dangle zone, clutch performer, and breakaway boss. So pretty solid synergies. The thing is, for me, kind of 2 things. One, it's another left-handed shot. I guess technically at least it's not at center, and thank God for that for him, because his face-off stat is a 71. But again, 5'11" is not bad for height. You could ask for a bit more, but 178 pounds is just making him too skinny, really, for getting on the body. against the other massive cards that are out there with people who are considerably bigger and able to toss their body around a little bit more. But all that being said, this would probably be my choice if he was a right-handed shot, or if I had not, mostly inadvertently and also just based on how the game just forced certain cards down our throats. And I'm fine with it. I'm not mad that I've got a bunch of 99s that they've essentially given me through, things like the monthly legends being able to turn into upgrades, which are almost exclusively left-handed centers, not all of which are capable of taking face-offs. So, this is, in my opinion, kind of a toss-up between this and the Malkin, whose stats I didn't show. Malkin is basically a pure 99. The only issue, really, I think, for him is that he's got some other really solid 99 overall cards. But, I mean, you see the whole left side is pure 99, including endurance. Handles are 99. They list checking at 99. And, yeah, all of those, let me just double check. Yeah, all of those are 99 as well. They list defense at 98. He's got offensive awareness 99, defensive awareness 96, shot blocking 91. And that's the lowest, really, for actual stat categories. Stick checking is 98, face-offs 99 already, plus he's got face-off master just to toss that in to maybe help your other centers. Basically for me would be like, I guess you got to put him on your front line center and test him out there. And he'd probably be pretty good at taking the face-offs and then can do some damage from the rest of it. But at the same time, I don't know if I really want to have an almost pure 99 player out there who is taking face-offs just because of my style of play. I get out active onto the wings very fast and look to run it up from there. So I'm usually not looking for my centers to be the focal point of my for my offensive rush, and even when it's not kind of on a break, full break, or even a semi break, and it's more of kind of taking time and getting set up and passing it around a little bit in the offensive third. When I do that, I'm typically looking for more action out of my players who are playing defense. I said that specifically that way because on average they're not actually defenders. They're forwards who are playing on defense for a variety of reasons. So my centers do get into the play for sure, but typically more so like where, depending on which wing I'm looking to run out on for at least a little bit of a rush. Occasionally the center will be in a better position for say like a quick would be one timer. At least for me, I feel like if your one timer is coming from the wing and not up against the boards and just kind of get to the middle of the ice where the center is rushing up, that's not quite the same thing as the wing to wing one timers on a slight rush. But my centers are capable of doing that, and he could certainly put those home, as you can see, because he is basically a pure 99. I stopped off, I think, with stick checking in 98 and 99 faceoffs, and then poise is 99 as his fighting skill. Discipline is 86, and the thing is, discipline is not a stat. It's not even really so much an attribute. It's just kind of a trait or a tendency. So the 86 is not necessarily a detriment, and so for me, this turns into a pure 99 card, the only one of the group to be, almost 100% pure 99. The only real issue again for him is that he's got a ton of 99 cards, and there's plenty of people that already have those. So maybe you can't play two different Malkins on your team. So if you're already satisfied with the 99 that you have, especially if it's one that you wouldn't be able to get much resale value for right now, with something like this, pardon me, being out there, maybe that's why you wouldn't choose him. But he's still going for top shelf cost on the marketplace right now, which again, you can get these packs if you just buy the collectibles, and that's gonna average about eight times 40 or 320,000. But it seems like these top end guys are going for more like 380, and so therefore again I have no idea why you would add to your team Kuznetsov. And there's a reason why no one is selling this card, other than I guess maybe they got it and they really like it. Unless you're a fan of Russians, I don't know why you would get the card. His speed is 99, but so are 365 other cards in the game. His shot's not there. The wrist shot power being 95 means that for the most part, especially with those particular synergies on this card, the wrist shot power is not going to get maxed at 99. He does have 99 handles, and then he drops off with checking and defense. And it's just, for me, it's just a bit of a disappointment. He's a center, left-handed, and his face-off stat is 84, even with face-off master synergy, plus the team-based ones that I'm going to have. You're still maxing him out at 88, which for me means I'd maybe put him as my fourth line center, and then what's the point of having a 99? If he's just going to be dropping down to the fourth line center. And again, is left-handed, where I'm not really looking for lefties at this moment. And 6'2", 204 is not bad. You'd like him to be able to get on the body a little bit, so that checking overall 92 and the underlying stats being down around there, and body checking being 85, shot blocking being 82, just really not great, not great. There's other 99s for him if you want them, and it seems like nobody really wants to sell this card, and it kind of makes sense as to why nobody's picking it up. Kovalchuk is the third of 4 out of the 8 that I would say is top drawer, and it's a bit weird with him, because he had the Evo. He had some people getting excited for him during the year, early on, especially with that Evo coming out, and then it just never really came through for him. The Evo is locked at an 85. That was the highest in form that he got, and that's basically where he started the year. And it makes sense if you understand what happened to him this year. He did get a Christmas special that was a 90 overall, so you could kind of check that out if you don't want to spend too much. But I'd imagine that there probably weren't a ton of those that came out, and so people that had them probably sold them back when. They might have sold them to players that aren't active at the moment. And since you can only put stuff up on the market for a max of 3 days, those people would have to come back to the game in order for them to drop those on the market at this time. But here's his stats. Again, super solid in my opinion. 99's almost all the way down with a 96 endurance is amazing. Handles 99. All the handle statistics are 99. Checking is 99. Body checking is technically 95, and aggression is 96. Although, again, aggression is actually technically more of a trait or a tendency rather than a stat, so that would be fine. And then defense is a bit of a drop-off, but it's the only drop-off that he has, and it's still a 97. He's got 99 offensive awareness and 98 defensive awareness. Shot blocking is down to 91. Stick checking is still up at 96. He's not a center, so who cares? His face-offs are 71. He's got 96 poise, 95 discipline, and 86 fighting skill. He's 6'3", 230, and shoots right-handed. if it weren't for one specific player that is a different option, I would probably take this card, even though it's at best going to be on the lower end of the top cards in this pack as far as resale value goes, which seems kind of crazy to me. I sort of feel like this specific card, unless he had different ones that I wasn't finding that weren't like in Kings or Russia collections, because the game's kind of weird where how you can look for that. You can't search by name or anything like that. I'm pretty sure this is just kind of the best one that's out there for him. And so I feel like it should probably be going for more money than it is. Kucherov is going technically for the most, kind of tied with another individual that we will get to very quickly because we're at 5 of 8. I think I said this at the beginning. Here's the Tendy, Vasilevsky. He is just straight pure 99 all the way across the board. All free agency goaltenders come with +2 for the 5 team-based synergies, and that is super dope. His passing is technically 97, but I don't know. I'm imagining that one of the synergies are going to give that a +2 to make that 99. And you see aggression is 83. Aggression, again, especially more so for goaltenders even than for position players. It is actually a trait, and I keep saying trait or tendency, but in this case, it's almost actually more so of a tendency than a trait even. And at 83, for me personally, this is what I'm looking for. I don't want these goaltenders, especially if they're hybrid or stand-up, which usually means that their 5-hole is going to be a little less than 99, whereas his is still at 99 because, again, he's a pure 99 on this card. And I think he's got one other 99 that's basically the same as far as that goes with the stat categories. But the aggression to 83 means he's not going to be like, those crazy guys who will sometimes come all the way out to the center ice to I don't know, try to make themselves big or whatever. He's gonna stay home more often than not. 6'2", 207, for a position player would be perfectly fine for size. You compare him to a Robin Lehner or a I guess like probably even like people always talk about how great Binnington is. I guess he's kind of probably big. Ben Bishop is big. So I wouldn't call him small. And the fact that he's pretty much the best card for goalies in the game as far as stats and tendencies go, and he's giving you 10 points, on all of the combined for all of the team-based synergies like any other free agent goalie would. This would definitely be a card that I would look to get, and it is super cheap, if only, I guess, because people either don't want goalies or they realize they can get a different Vasilevsky, or maybe they've got a different goaltender that they would rather rock with for their starter, and they wouldn't feel the need to have him as the backup because, again, every free agent goaltender has the same synergies. So if you're not going to start the guy, you can get somebody who costs less that has the exact same synergies for your backup. So what do we got left here? 6 out of 8. We've already talked about 3 of the 4 top shelves, and we've now talked about 3 of the 4 on the bottom shelf. And so the last one on the bottom shelf is going to be Radulov, for me at least. Is pretty close to a pure 99 on the left side there. Endurance is dropped to 95, like a lot of them are. And he weirdly has a 98 slap shot accuracy, but totally fine. He's got call the shot, and then any team-based synergies will take care of that +1 that's needed. He's got the handles 99. All the handle stats are pure 99s. He's got a bit of a drop off on checking at 97. Body checking is 95. Strength is 96. Aggression is 95. Durability is 95. And defense is 99. He's got 99 for both awarenesses, offense and defense. Shot blocking is 90. Stick checking is 98. Face-offs, he's not a center, doesn't matter, 78. Poise is 95. Discipline 85. Fighting skill 80. So, I did say I do kind of feel like he's on the bottom shelf. Maybe I'm just saying that because that's kind of the way that they have positioned them. If you go into collection and look under international and then Russia, the 4 that I said were bottom shelf are listed as they do the top 4, and then the 5th one that comes on the first listing on the second line is the Panarin, and then there's 3 on that line, and then 1 on that third line that are different cards that aren't any of these free agency Russia cards, and then from there it starts these other 3, and those 3 would be again Radulov, Vasilevsky, and Kuznetsov. So, I mean, really, I kind of feel like this card is pretty close to a pure 99, and there's nothing wrong at all with his synergies. He has a left-handed shot, and his size again, 6'1", 201. It's just kind of on the edge there, and with the checking stat, face stat of 97, and some of those that you heard kind of lacking a little bit. Body checking 95. Would just need two synergies to get that up to 99. I don't really see any problem with him or with this card. I think it's fine. I think, unfortunately for him, maybe if he actually gives a shit at all about his about his card in the game. I don't know why I made that personal to him as a real person. Unfortunately, he's part of this group in which any other group, this specific card and these stats would potentially be the best that you could get. If you were to use 6 draft collectibles for a choice 1 of 3 free agency, or if you had 12 and you did the 2 of 9, maybe it's just me, but I think that this would probably be one of the cards that I would definitely look to be taking, whether I had 1 or 2 choices and it was available. But here I have 1 choice, and these are the cards. So again, like, Malkin is basically pure. It's just, he'd be another center, and he can actually take face-offs, and it would just make me have to decide what to do with the rest of my centers and deal with left-handed. And that's kind of the deal with Kucherov being technically either the highest or tied for highest or second highest overall resale value at the moment on the market. And Kovalchuk is kind of there. Kovalchuk would probably have been my choice. I don't mind, that despite being 6'3", 230, I don't know what his deal is, but he just kind of plays like he's like short. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, he doesn't play like he's 6'3", 230. But it's a perfectly fine card. The obvious issue, the elephant in the room, the man, the myth, the legend, the card that I was joking at the beginning of the season, saying that like I wasn't going to bother with anything on top of the base card, and that if I ever even got the base card, I'd just go ahead and sell it because people grossly over value Ovi. At this point, August, end of August 2019, they're probably overvaluing him less than they did 10 months ago after having just come off the Cup win. Obviously, they were unable to repeat this year. And, he is 33, starting to talk about retirement, even though he'll still put up another 3 or 4 years, it seems like. So I'm not sure if those kind of things are factoring in. And then also, if you were to think of, well, he'll get all the Russian players or the players from Eastern Europe that like Russian players um, to like him. But that's literally what this pack is Russian players. So it seems like it would be kind of lacking there. Maybe people would lean more towards Kucherov, or they would have leaned more towards Malkin if he didn't have a bunch of really good high-end cards. Or like me, maybe they would have gone for Kovalchuk for the right-handed shot. Here 6'3", 235, basically he's got 5 more pounds on him than Kovalchuk, and Kovalchuk is technically a couple years older. But I don't know. I just have kind of felt like Ovi's played a bit bigger than Kovalchuk, which the 5 pounds typically shouldn't make that kind of a difference. However, his checking is 99. I mean, if you look at this card, it's basically a pure 99 card. It's 99s across the left side with 95 endurance, and yeah, I mean, I'd kind of prefer if that endurance was 99, and I'd be able to toss him on my front line with 2 other guys at 99 and be able to know that even in 2-minute periods, I might be able to get away with just running my first line the whole way if they really were, straight 99s like the plays of the year cards like Barkov, for example, and some others as well. So pure 99 on the left side, 95 for endurance, still not bad at all. His handles are listed as 99, and it's he's got 99 for hand-eye and puck control, but passing and deking are 97s. He does come with dangler zone though, so that's going to get a +2 on those, so they'll be 99 for sure. Checking again listed at 99. Body checking is 98. Strength is 99. Aggression is 96. Durability 97, very key to have that up as high as you can. And then defense seems to be the only drop off at 95, but in my opinion, it's not much of a drop off. Awareness for offense is 99. Defense is 97, which is, you'd like that to go up, and it does with team-based synergies. Shot blocking is kind of really the only one that kind of drops off at 89. But he's stick checking at 96. He's not a center, doesn't matter. His faceoffs are 72. Poise is 97. Discipline is 87, and fighting skill is 87. But again, that's more of traits, and fighting skill really only matters if you actually get into a fight. So again, I'd be fine with those kind of dropping off a little bit. And if that's the rationale for why it's a 95 on the defensive stat, it's fine. I already mentioned he's got dangler zone. So other synergies for the boys, very key for me, along with call the shot. But at this point, I've got 18 points for call the shot when you only need 4. But it's not a team-based synergy. It's a player-based synergy. So you got no problem with adding on more players with call the shot. It's just that he doesn't need it at all. He's already 99 pure on all the shot stats. Again, dangler zone, that's going to help give a little boost to deking and passing. Speedster 2 and collect performer +2. This is the card, folks. That's what we're going with. This is the pick. Just showing you that I'm passing up on this. Maybe I'm making poor choices again. I love the Malkin. I really do. And the Kucherov is, it's sexy. It's just that again, they're both left-handed. If I'd taken a different path to this point, I'd probably be jumping all over one or the other of those. And then again, Kovalchuk did shot that's pretty solid and doesn't really have many other cards for him that go up this high. So if you don't take it here, you're pretty much not going to be able to get a 99. And Ovi is actually pretty close to the same thing. He's had informs that have gotten him up to 98. He does have another 99, the International Pug. I took a look at it. Did I say Pug? I meant Pog, sorry, Pog. But I took a look at it, and if only for synergies, I don't know, I kind of prefer this one. And they're both selling pretty high, but this one's selling a bit higher. And on average, for those players that have the players of the game, the players of NHL19 who have gone ahead and opened this pack today and then looked to put the card on the market, about half of them have chosen Ovi. Seems pretty obvious as to why. Some people, are looking to get. Hey, somebody just came in. Just showing the choice that I'm making on the Russia collection that just came out today. It's right there. I'm gonna go with Ovi. Just kind of talking about why I really like the Kovalchuk, and Kovalchuk doesn't really have a ton of other pure 99 options in the game. So when passing on this, it seems like you're not really going to be able to get there. And I can make an argument for a decent number of the other cards. Pretty much everything except for Panarin and Kuznetsov, which is kind of odd because I really liked the cards that they started the game with. I just kind of pointed out to everyone how they were going to be lacking if it went linear up to 99, and so that's what you're dealing with here. Panarin is just not close enough to a pure 99 to make it worthwhile. The rest I think are perfectly fine. And as I was just saying, the Ovi does have another 99 with the International POG, and it's a good enough card, and it's going for decent price. So it's not like you can really just kind of go out there and get it for next to no coins. And then he's got, I think, 2 different 98s, and I think that's where his inform stopped, which was certainly kind of interesting considering that he started as an 80 what the hell did he start off as? I don't know. It was like somewhere around 88, 87, maybe. No, he was an 86, I think. He was the 86, and McDavid and Crosby were 87s, and somebody else was up there too, but I can't think what that is. Was it Malkin? Malkin was up there. I don't think he was an 87 though. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and choose Ovi and get it over with. Just kind of click on the synergies here for a second, if that helps the view, if people can see those, and the difference between what types of synergies you can get from these players. Obviously, the goalie one is one that you don't really have to pay attention to. It's exactly the same as every other free agent goalie one. I pointed that out already during this broadcast. So I'm going to go ahead and select Ovi, like a lot of other people it seems like. If I decide I don't want to play with them anymore, just toss them on the marketplace. So there we go. More animation, more excitement for you. Boom. All right, that's the choice. That's it for me. I'm going to play some games now that I've got this on here. I'm going to look to play him as my frontline left winger, not because he's a left winger by his true position, but because he shoots right-handed. I'm currently not truly inverted because I was so excited to have the Howardchuk and Kanoye 99s on the team, despite having other solid 99s outside of the monthly legends and other legend upgrades. I had Tavares, and he's second line on the right, and I've got Hemsky, who I think is severely underrated as a 99 overall in this game, and he's the second line on the left, and that is a true inversion with Tavares shooting left and Hemsky shooting right. So I'm going to move Ovi into the front left wing, and then I don't know, figure it out from there. I may be I'll decide, I guess, between Kanoye and Howardchuk, and I'm guessing it would probably be Howardchuk because he's got a bit more size to him and a bit better on both checking and defensive stats. To probably move over to defense with left-handed shot, though that means he's going to be a right defenseman, and my My right side D was already doing perfectly fine and didn't really need much of an update. I need to boost my defense for sure. I can also use a little bit of help, sorting out my final fourth line team on for forwards. And Again, part of the reason for going with Ovi is that I have sort of an abundance of left-handed shots, and when they're true centers playing center and taking faceoffs at 99, it's fine and doesn't cause too much of an issue for me. But if I want to play true inversion outside of those centers, I want four lefties on the right side on the four lines, and on defense, I want three on the right side as well. So I really only need 7 left-handed shots that are not going to be playing center. And it's the same 7 righties as well. And I do not have that at this moment, which is kind of why I would have liked to have been able to get Kovalchuk at the same time as this Ovi. And I'm looking at some other options that I might be able to pick up as well. And then the only other thing beyond that would be possibly shoring up my goaltenders, since they're pretty much the main reason why my overall is 97 right now. When I add Ovi to this, he's probably going to take a 93 or a 94 on the back line off of the squad, so that may get the boost of the overall up to 98, but probably should not. And again, that would probably come down to the goaltenders not being super high on their overall ratings, because I haven't really felt the need for that just yet. But there are a couple that I've got in mind that I think that I would like to run with as my final 2 or 2 of 3, and maybe occasionally swiping one or the other out. But there you go. There's the Ovi. I'll leave this up. I'll take the mic out and I'll leave this up for maybe like a minute, just to possibly get this as the automatic shows how tired I am. It's not my fault. It's 6 a.m. Eastern time. To have this become the automatic thumbnail for this replay when it comes on to YouTube as soon as I'm done in a couple minutes. So I'll say peace out for the night, I hope, and take the mic out. I'm going to play some games though, so if anything interesting kind of comes up there, I might jump back on and talk about it. But peace out. Feel free to leave in the comments of this broadcast if you did this set yet, or if you plan on doing it, because you got I don't know, probably a full week or so to get at it. Which choice would you make if you haven't already, or which choice did you make? And is that going to be changed based on the fact that, say, as of now, there's more OVs than any of the rest on the market, compared to Kucherov. Kucherov, last I checked, he had 4 up there, and Ovi had 11, 12, or 13, depending on when I looked. And they both kind of had Kucherov, 2 of the 4 were 420. And then the other 2 were asking for millions, and Ovi also had a bunch that people were asking for millions. Some were asking for 800, 700, and then would go down to about 420. I don't think that he had any that dropped down to about 380, which is kind of the range for the Malkin, and I think the Kovalchuk is even less than that. And then nobody wants goalies, so Vasilevsky is the lowest one of those that are actually out there, since again no one has the Panarin or the Kuznetsov out on offer at the moment before I did this broadcast. So peace out. I'll leave this up for, as I said, another minute or 2, and then I should probably sleep, but I'm probably not going to because I want to play with Ovi now. Peace, yo.